It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Bengals and the Falcons coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. But tonight we've got a preseason matchup as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts, and a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and this one is underway here on EA Sports. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Falcons ready to go to work here on offense, and at the helm in his second season, Charles, it's Desmond Ridder.
The Falcons got their feet wet with Ridder during a 4-game audition last season, and he did end their year with a pair of wins. Optimism reigns that he is their quarterback of the future.
Ready, set.
Here's the 8th overall pick from Texas. It's Bijan Robinson. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
Ready,
and this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13.
Ready?
Ridder now. That one behind his man, incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Now a man who did his collegiate punting just a couple hours from here in Clemson in South Carolina, Bradley Pinion to kick. Back deep is Charlie Jones. Let's take it inside his own 40. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals now set for their first possession, and it's Pro Bowler Joe Burrow who leads this offense in his 4th season now out of LSU.
Burrow may be young in his career, but he's helming the Bengals to one of the best stretches they've ever seen. 12 wins last year, which matched the team record, and they made the conference championship game in back-to-back seasons for the first time ever. At the center of it all, is the man they call Joey B. 35 touchdown passes last year and almost 4,500 yards.
12, 12, 12.
And Boyd in motion right.
Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
Now a three-time 1,000-yard rusher, Joe Mixon. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Arnold Ebiketie from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They'll set up to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. He may go.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one. And it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. And this is going to be incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd. So on 4th down, Ritter heads to the sideline. Younghoe Koo gets set for the Atlanta field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Koo knocks this one through the post. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-to-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Bengals. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Evan McPherson for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3.
Evan McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Down. Shot. 17. Check. Pink. Opposite. Green. Yellow. Lining.
Ritter back to throw. And complete to Drake London. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
On first down, Ritter. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Ritter throwing on third down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 28. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Ritter with it after the play fake. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They came with a safety blitz, and Daxton Hill got home. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
There's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. The new rules are carrying 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
Well, good start for him in this one here in the first quarter, and he's now 2 for 2 on field goals.
And I know while the offensive coaches are telling their guys, hey, let's leave the kicker out of it unless it's an extra point, this could pay dividends if this game is tight down the stretch. His confidence is going to be sky high if they need him for a big-time kick.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try to get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to...
Tyler Boyd, he's going to go. He's to the 15. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, 74 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. Is up to 8. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And the Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. They're kind of searching for that magic elixir. You know, they're moving the football a little bit, but not with any great consistency.
I love that term you just used, elixir, right?
Old school.
Old school. I love that because you don't want to put too much pressure on your defense as well, all right? If you're kicking field goals, that's great, but your defense has to keep going out there and holding the other team. You're not giving them any cushion to work with, and that gets tougher and tougher as the game goes along. Put the ball in the end zone and get 6s, That's the ambrosia that they're looking for.
Ambrosia and trying to erase this deficit. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Trouble, 38. Check pink. Opposite, green.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Out of the gun, here's Ritter. That is caught. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 43.
Ready?
Straight ahead, Patterson. Fighting through it. He's got space. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive. Here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Opposite, green, yellow, lining.
On play action, here's Ritter. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sam Hubbard, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Well, he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Here's a peek at their past draft class. And, Charles, sometimes you'll see teams that have really specific needs they want to fill. Some can just say, well, I'm going to take the next best guy available. Maybe we see a little bit of both here in this draft.
I think you're right about that, Brandon. Plenty of talent in their class this year, some of which will contribute early, and some which will be called upon down the road. The GM makes the final call after all the input from the scouts and the coaches. Now it's up to the coaches to develop the guys that the GM picked.
For the Falcons field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punt, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield who can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Here we go.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Burrow will throw. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase, a 9-yard touchdown grab, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Patterson. Shutting defenders at the 15. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Ritter and the Falcons now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16.
Ready.
He'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Black swap. Hut.
Ritter. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Patterson on the draw play. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. On 3rd down, Robinson breaks a tackle. They can't tackle him. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half. Here's Ritter. Touchdown, Falcons! Mac Hollins, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Falcons get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room.
Ready?
Ritter on 1st and 10. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. From the 5, 2nd and 4. Ritter to throw it. And it's caught on the right side of Smith. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Ritter will set up to throw it. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Jonnu Smith, as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is now 2. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was Jonnu Smith, the big tight end, who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked by Jeff Okudah. A beautiful fake. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. And that one will go down in the books as just a one-play drive and then 3 points tacked on to the end of it. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one. These two coaching staffs are likely using this game as their dress rehearsal for the regular season. So some final adjustments being made. And for the call of the second half, we send it back out to Brandon and Charles.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. But to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier. A little juke. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll stick with Algier. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Koo knocks this one through the post. High fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. But whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Bengals set to take over. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, McCarron. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. McCarron now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And now a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
So now here in the 2nd week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
Atlanta now coming out on the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Algier now up the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Heineke now. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Logan Wilson, his 2nd sack of the night.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Throwing. Heineke. Under pressure, and down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. On the return is Williams. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion left. McCarron on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. There he goes, left side. Still going inside the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. 2 now for the point after. And the lead is up to 15 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now McCarron to try again after the pick 6. Wide open receiver complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And that one not fooling anyone. It'll go down as a completed pass, but it will lose a big chunk of yardage. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the... Back now here on EA Sports. 2nd and 16. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Still fighting for more. Still going. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. And this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only they put their stamp on it, but every anytime they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick sixes, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
On the return, Williams escapes the defender. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Second and 10. A.J. McCarron looking to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before this worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Now McCarron, he's got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Here's 2nd and 10. Algier going straight ahead. A pretty nice, strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Off the play fake, Heineke letting one go deep for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down, and the attention turns to Falcon kicker Younghoe Koo. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. Koo knocks this one through the post. And that will extend their lead even further. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And now the rookie's free. And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 40-yard line. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. On 1st and 10, here's Brown. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. And he slings one that's incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Jones now in motion left.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. It seemed to be a run-pass option, but when you're going downfield like that, was it designed to be that way?
It certainly was, because what you're trying to do is draw people up with the fake inside, and hopefully people can run past them down.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
Browns diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Algier with another carry.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd down and 8. On the counter, here's Algier.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. 3rd down, here's Algier.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. Here's Williams to return. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And that will come the offense as they take over. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Their defense was able to force the punt a moment ago, but that's really the first of about 8 steps that need to go right for them to get back in this as they start here 1st and 10.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Shotgun snap for McCarron. Looking downfield for Jones. And he's got it inside the 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Charlie Jones.
A touchdown on a kick return, and now one through the air.
And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And McPherson on for the extra point.
And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. What was once a really comfortable lead is not so comfortable anymore. Down to a 2-score game after they've seen a pair of touchdowns go against them on those last 2 drives.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to get off of autopilot right now, okay? Get back to what was working for them earlier. Understand that they still have a 2-score lead, so it's not dire, but at the same time, okay, guys, let's mash the gas. Let's get going again. Let's have some fun.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
They'll run for it with Algier.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway.
And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Now a handoff to Algier.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Well, partner, under the lights in prime time, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show.